Your thoughts aren't just random ideas, they're blueprints for creating your reality. This audiobook dives into the ancient wisdom of the quantum energy law, showing how your consciousness guides the energy of the universe itself. Nothing in your life is by chance. It reflects your own vibration. Once you really grasp this truth, everything transforms. Let's take a moment to recall those incredible experiences that seemed almost magical. You know, those times when you knew who was calling before the phone rang, or when you thought of someone right before they showed up. What about when your deepest desires seemed to come to life out of nowhere? These weren't mere coincidences. They were windows into a deeper reality that goes beyond our usual perception. Ancient wisdom knew what quantum physics is just starting to uncover. Reality isn't rigid, it's fluid. It's not solid, but rather a vibrant energy. It's not separate from your consciousness, it's actually shaped by it. This knowledge wasn't meant to stay hidden. Throughout history, it has surfaced in fragments, in whispers in temples, within old manuscripts, and through generations of mystics who understood the true nature of existence. You're drawn to this wisdom because you're ready to wake up to your role as a conscious creator of your own reality. The quantum energy law teaches that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs aren't just passive, they actively shape your experience. Every moment, you send out energy into the quantum field, and it responds precisely to your dominant vibration. Imagine reality as an endless ocean of possibilities, waves waiting to take form, guided by your consciousness. Once you truly understand this principle deep within yourself, you'll start to see that everything in your life, every situation, every relationship, every experience mirrors your inner energy state. This ancient wisdom has been kept safe, waiting for the moment when humanity would be ready to reclaim its power as conscious creators. That time is now, and you've been called to this knowledge because you're ready to step into your true power as a shaper of reality. The universe operates under strict, unchanging laws, just like gravity works consistently whether you get it or not. The quantum energy law is always in play, responding to your energy with precision. Part 1. Awakening to Quantum Energy. Chapter 1. The Hidden Fabric of Reality. In the heart of a vast desert, under a sky full of stars, walked Amir, a young seeker. He was drawn by whispers about the Weaver of Worlds. Legends talked of this mysterious entity who weaves reality from pure threads of energy. For 40 days and nights, Amir wandered the ever-shifting sands, guided only by an ancient map passed down by desert travelers. On the 40th night, exhausted and nearly defeated, he met an old woman by a small fire. Her eyes sparkled with the wisdom of ages. As she spoke of the Weaver of Reality, she said, "What you see isn't the full picture. The solid world around you is an illusion, a dance of energy that feels real because it's so perfectly arranged. The Weaver doesn't work with matter, but with vibrations of pure potential. She responds to the thoughts and beliefs of everything alive." The old woman revealed that mystics and quantum physicists had found the same truth, albeit from different journeys. She explained, "Consciousness itself shapes existence. Your thoughts aren't just stuck in your head. They ripple through the quantum field, touching and changing everything they meet." As dawn approached, she told another tale, this one about Hassan the fisherman. While others fought the rough waves, Hassan learned to read the hidden currents beneath the water. He found that aligning with these unseen forces allowed the sea to guide his boat to the best fishing spots. Those who grasp the quantum nature of reality, she said, move through life like Hassan gliding over the waters, in harmony with the unseen forces shaping everything. To awaken your own connection to this quantum field, practice this ancient ritual of energy awareness. Find a quiet spot and sit comfortably. Place your hands, palms up, on your lap. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Now picture your awareness expanding like ripples in a pond. Feel the subtle sensations in your hands, the tingling, the warmth, the gentle pulsing. This isn't just your imagination, it's your first taste of the quantum energy field that surrounds everything. Slowly bring your hands closer together and then apart. Notice the resistance, the magnetic pull between them. This feeling shows you a fundamental truth. You are not separate. You're part of the energy that shapes reality. Every day, as you practice being aware of this, you'll start to notice how your own energy touches everything around you, Just like Hassan, who reads the unseen currents, you'll learn to move within the quantum field that underpins all of existence. In a remote mountain peak, there lived a mysterious hermit known for his unusual insights. One stormy night, a lost merchant named Alexander sought refuge in the hermit's cave. "Your body isn't truly you," the hermit stated without any preamble, his voice deep and resonant, like the mountains themselves. "It's just the densest part of your energy field." Alexander chuckled, brushing off the old man's words as the ramblings of someone cut off from the world. Yet, as the night unfolded, strange things began to happen. When Alexander expressed his frustrations, the cave grew cold. Sharing stories of joy made the fire leap and dance, illuminating the walls with warm patterns. Most strangely, when anger filled his mind, small stones shifted and rolled at his feet. "See," the hermit noted, "your energy stretches far beyond just your body. Every thought and feeling you have sends out ripples, shaping the world around you." Throughout the long night, the hermit explained that humans are living energy fields, constantly sending their inner states into the universe. Your thoughts and emotions don't just stay inside, they vibrate out, drawing experiences that resonate with their frequency. To illustrate this, he told the story of Chen, a celebrated artist from a distant land. Chen found that his paintings seemed to predict events in his life. When he painted storms, conflicts would arise. But when he depicted scenes of abundance, opportunities flowed in. Eventually, he realized it wasn't his brush predicting the future. It was actually creating it. His art mirrored his inner energy, which was shaping his reality. The hermit then shared an ancient practice for Alexander to experience this truth himself. He instructed him to stand in any room and notice its energy. Was it heavy or light, stagnant or flowing? Then close your eyes and remember a moment of pure joy. Feel that energy fill you up completely. Hold on to that feeling for a few minutes, then open your eyes and notice how the room has changed. Try this with different emotions and see how your inner state transforms your surroundings. "This isn't magic," the hermit said. "It's just the natural law of energy interaction. As you learn to master your vibe, you'll master your reality." Chapter 3: The Observer Effect. In an ancient temple where wisdom lingered in the air, a dedicated scholar named Ravi spent his days immersed in sacred texts. One day, his master, watching him study, came forward with a surprising idea. "There's treasure buried beneath these stones," he said simply. "But master," Ravi replied, "this place has been studied for centuries. Surely someone would have found it by now." "Only those who genuinely expect to find treasure will uncover it," his master replied. "For the next 7 days, walk these halls, believing, not hoping, that gold is right under your feet." Though skeptical, Ravi obeyed. Every morning he walked the temple, nurturing a solid belief that the treasure was there. On the 7th day, he stumbled upon a strange groove in the stone. Curious, he examined it and discovered a secret chamber filled with golden artifacts. "How did so many scholars miss this?" Ravi exclaimed in wonder. "They only saw what they expected, a barren floor and familiar paths," his master explained. "Your expectations shape reality, revealing what was always possible, but never realized." This lesson goes beyond temple walls, illustrated by the story of Kamal, a merchant in the lively markets of old. Every morning, Kamal pictured how his customers would act that day. If he expected rudeness, even his usual customers became irritable. But when he anticipated generosity, strangers bought his goods for high prices. Eventually, he figured out that his expectations weren't just predictions. They were shaping reality. This ancient practice of shaping reality is available to anyone willing to learn it. Pick a small, specific event you want to happen tomorrow. Maybe a purple butterfly crossing your path or getting an unexpected gift. Spend 15 minutes fully convinced that this will happen. Forget about hoping or wishing. Know that it's already taken place. Consider your thoughts and watch how reality shifts to match your expectations. Keep a record of each success to deepen your understanding of this crucial principle. The universe, as the master told Ravi, isn't a fixed painting. It's a canvas waiting for your touch. In the misty mountains of the east, there lived Aiden, a wandering musician. One day he stumbled upon an ancient stringed instrument in a long-forgotten shrine. Crafted from shimmering wood, it bore an inscription, To play this lyre is to play the strings of existence itself. At first, Aiden treated it like any other instrument, focusing on technique. But one evening, as gratitude for the sunset filled his heart, his fingers moved freely. The music he created was unlike anything he had ever done. As the notes floated around him, a golden light began to swirl. Flowers bloomed unexpectedly, and birds suddenly appeared to join his melody. Intrigued, Aiden experimented more. When he played from worry, storm clouds gathered overhead. But with feelings of joy, strangers came forward with gifts of food and silver. He understood that the instrument wasn't creating these happenings, it was amplifying the frequency of his own emotions. Not far from Aiden's mountain lived Jin, a blacksmith known for his remarkable skills. For years, he struggled to forge difficult pieces until an old master shared a secret. Metals sing at different frequencies. Match your energy to the needed frequency, and it will respond. Jin found that when he approached his forge with frustration, the metal turned brittle and unyielding. But when he aligned his breath, focus, and energy with his work, the metal flowed like water under his hammer. His creations became legendary, not because of new techniques, but because he mastered the art of energetic alignment. The ancient practice of frequency alignment is open to anyone willing to learn. Find a quiet spot and close your eyes. Start with 3 deep breaths, each one raising your energy like a tuning fork. Now recall a moment of pure joy, not just the memory but the actual feeling. Let it fill your chest, your throat, your whole being. Feel your vibrations soar with each breath. Hold your breath for a few minutes. Notice how your body tingles and how the air around you feels different. This is your natural frequency of attraction. Make it a daily practice. Watch as life starts to reflect your higher state. With Aiden's music and Jin's forge, we catch a glimpse of an eternal truth. What we attract isn't about our actions, but about the frequency we hold. The universe listens not to what we do, but to our energetic signature. In Chapter 5, as we shift timelines, imagine Kai wandering through misty, ancient mountain valleys. He follows a strange butterfly with shimmering wings, guiding him to an old stone archway full of shifting symbols. Stepping through this arch, the world multiplies like a mirror fractal. He sees not just one version of himself, but many. In one life, he's a successful merchant. In another, he teaches village kids the old traditions. Each version reflects different choices, beliefs, and energies. An ancient voice whispers, "Every thought, belief, and vibration creates a doorway. You're not on one path. You're navigating endless possibilities." Meanwhile, in a distant kingdom, a warrior named Maya gets ready for the battle of her life. She trains hard, night after night, but victory feels out of reach against her fierce opponent. One evening, an elder approaches her, sharing wisdom from the past. "Close your eyes," says the elder. "Somewhere there's a version of you that's already won. Feel her strength and confidence. Step into her energy." Maya follows this advice. She immerses herself in the sensation of victory, feeling her posture change, her breath deepen, and her energy align with this powerful version of herself. On the day of battle, she moves with an ethereal grace, as if she's recalling movements she's already mastered. The quantum field holds infinite realities, each with its unique frequency, just waiting for you to activate. Your true power isn't in creating what you want. It's in aligning with the version of reality where it already exists. So sit in silence, close your eyes, and breathe deeply until your mind calms. Picture the version of you that has already realized your biggest dream. Feel their energy, feel their confidence. Notice how they walk, how they talk, how they hold themselves. Start to breathe like they breathe, move like they move, think like they think. Let their energy flow into you. Hold on to this feeling for a few minutes. Step fully into this reality. This isn't just pretending. You're tuning your vibe to match another you that's already out there. Open your eyes, but keep that energy. You've just entered a new chapter in your life. Now, let's talk about resistance. Up in a mountain monastery, young Jen was clearly frustrated as he approached Master Chen. For months, he had worked hard on ancient manifesting rituals, yet his wishes still hadn't come true. "Why aren't my prayers heard?" he asked, disappointment heavy in his voice. Without a word, Master Chen led him down to a rushing river. "Step into the river," Master Chen instructed, "and push against its flow." Jen stepped into the cold water and pressed his hands against the current. The more he fought, the harder the river pushed back, almost knocking him off his feet. His muscles strained as he battled this unstoppable force. "Stop resisting," Master Chen called out. "Let the river guide you." When Jen relaxed, he found himself moving with the water, floating effortlessly. In the valley below lived Wei, a gardener who dreamed of cultivating the most beautiful flowers. Each morning he tended his garden with care, yet his flowers kept wilting while his neighbors bloomed. What Wei didn't realize was that with each drop of water, his doubts were poisoning the soil. These seeds are too old, the soil is too poor, the weather isn't right. One day, an old woman passed by and noticed his struggle. "Your flowers won't grow because you plant doubt alongside them," she said. "Your disbelief is stronger than your desire. The universe is like the river, ready to bring you all that you wish for. But when you resist out of fear or doubt, you create a block that stops that flow. Your prayers are always heard, but your resistance gets in the way of your dreams." Find a quiet spot and get comfy. Place your hands over your heart and take a deep breath. With each exhale, let go of a layer of resistance. Breathe out doubts about what you deserve. Breathe out fears of being let down. Let go of disbelief in what's possible. Now picture a warm, golden light flowing through you, melting away any lingering blocks. Imagine becoming like a river, fluid and free, perfectly in tune. As this radiant energy moves through your body, let it brighten every corner of doubt and chase away shadows of disbelief. This light carries the power of endless possibilities, washing away all the limits you've built up over time. Stay in this moment until you feel lighter, a clear sign that the resistance has vanished and you're open to receiving the universe's abundance. Chapter 7. The Quantum Vacuum. Long ago, a mystic named Ryan lived in a hidden cave at the edge of existence. People came from far and wide to seek his wisdom, amazed by his talent for manifesting things seemingly from thin air. One day, a curious truth seeker visited the cave and asked, "Show me where creation begins." Rayon led her deep inside the cave, where darkness enveloped them. In that perfect void, he whispered, "This emptiness you fear is the birthplace of all possibilities. Before there was anything, there was nothing, and in that nothing, everything that could ever be existed." As her eyes adjusted, she began to notice subtle movements in the dark, like ripples in a never-ending ocean. The emptiness wasn't empty at all. It was alive with potential, just waiting to take shape. Meanwhile, in a far-off city, an inventor named Kamal struggled to bring his ideas to life. Night after night, he sketched his visions, only to crumble the paper in frustration. One evening, worn out from his efforts, he sat in silence. In that calm space between thoughts, a strange clarity dawned on him. He realized that every invention he dreamed of already existed in potential, just waiting to be uncovered, not created. The quantum vacuum isn't a void, it's a field of infinite possibility, a vast ocean of unmanifested energy. It holds every reality in a seed form. Your consciousness is what makes those seeds sprout into real existence. So, embrace the sacred practice of stillness. Sit in complete silence, close your eyes, and let your awareness sink deeper into the space between your thoughts. Step into the quantum field, the birthplace of everything. Notice it's not empty, it's buzzing with potential. Let your breath become so light that it barely stirs the air, like a soft whisper across calm waters. In this deep stillness, feel the endless possibilities around you. Each moment is a seed of potential, ready to blossom into reality. You're not apart from this field. You are it, taking shape in human form, a living reflection of the universe discovering itself. Stay here in this empty space where everything starts, until you sense the spark of creation within you, like the first light of dawn, awakening a slumbering world. Let yourself blend into this sacred space, where thoughts become reality and dreams form in the dance of creation. Now, picture a time when Azar climbed the rugged peaks of an ancient mountain in search of the famous Oracle of Mirrors. After a tough journey, he found not a grand temple, but a humble cave where an old woman sat by a still pool of water. Without looking up, she said, "I see you want to change your path, but you seek outside what's really within." She motioned for him to come closer. As Azar looked into the water, his reflection began to shift, revealing not who he was, but who he could be, confident, accomplished, exuding a power he'd never felt. "The future you want already exists," the oracle murmured. "To reach it, you must become it. Your current self can't step into a future meant for a different you." Meanwhile, in a bustling city market, there lived Kadir, a merchant with a modest stall and a light purse. One day, he watched how prosperous traders carried themselves, with confidence in their posture and speech, handling business with surety. Something awoke inside him. Rather than wait for prosperity, he chose to embody it. He arranged his simple goods with the care of a jeweler displaying gems. He greeted customers with the confidence of a successful businessman. He walked, talked, and negotiated like abundance was his birthright. Just months later, his humble stall blossomed into a shop, and that shop flourished into an emporium. His newfound certainty reshaped his reality. The universe responds not to what you want, but to who you truly are. Every desired reality has its own energy signature, a unique blend of thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. When you resonate with that signature, you begin to manifest your dreams. To align with your desired reality, you have to connect on a deeper level. This isn't just acting, it's about syncing your energy. The version of you that has already achieved your dreams exists right now in potential. By channeling their energy, you create a link between your present and future self. To practice this future self-integration, find a quiet spot where you can be alone. Close your eyes and take deep breaths. Let your awareness spread. Picture your future self, the one who has realized your deepest desires. Watch how they move, how they speak, how they engage with the world. Feel their energy flowing into you. Notice their posture, their confidence, their state of being. Allow yourself to merge with that energy until the line between who you are now and who you'll be starts to fade. Throughout your day, take moments to pause. Ask yourself, how would my future self handle this? Align your energy with that higher version of you. Let their certainty become your own. Their peace fills you with calm. Their mastery guides your decisions. Feel their wisdom in your actions. With each conscious shift, you strengthen that connection to your future self, allowing their elevated vibes to become part of your current experience. Remember, their qualities aren't just hopes. They're real potentials waiting for you to embrace them right now. In a far-off kingdom once lost to time, King Adil sat on his golden throne, but peace was always out of reach. Each morning he looked over his land, watching storms gather when he felt troubled and sunshine break through with moments of joy. One morning, gripped by anxiety over threats nearby, he noticed cracks in the castle walls. His worries about betrayal pushed his loyal advisors away. Yet on days filled with gratitude, his gardens bloomed like never before, and when he truly loved his people, the kingdom thrived beyond what he could imagine. A wise elder saw this pattern and approached the throne. "Your Majesty," she said, "have you realized that your kingdom reflects what's inside you?" After months of reflection, King Adil uncovered the truth. His realm wasn't responding to commands, but to his own consciousness. Prosperity came not from his orders, but from his inner state. In a far-off village lived Tamir, a craftsman renowned for his stunning woodwork. He was truly skilled, but how his creations turned out hinged entirely on how he viewed himself. When doubt crept in, his work came out rough and uninspired. But during those moments of confidence, his hands shaped masterpieces that felt almost heavenly. One day, Tamir had an epiphany. His work didn't just showcase his technical skills, which stayed steady. It mirrored his relationship with himself. As he began to appreciate his talents, his reputation soared. His self-worth didn't just improve his creations, it opened doors to new opportunities. The world around us acts like a mirror, reflecting our deepest beliefs and emotions. This isn't just a saying, it's a universal truth. Your circumstances, relationships, and experiences align exactly with how you feel inside. So, if you want change on the outside, you need to change within. To practice this alignment, find a quiet moment. Sit still and observe your life without passing any judgment. Notice how every part of your life reveals your inner state. Take 3 deep breaths and connect your thoughts and feelings to the world around you. Close your eyes and tap into your inner energy. What do you believe about yourself? What feelings linger in your mind? Recognize these patterns in your outer life. Now, consciously shift your inner state. If you want abundance, nurture feelings of wealth inside. If peace is what you seek, become peace. Hold on to that elevated feeling for a few minutes, knowing the outside world must adjust to match this new vibe. Throughout your day, pause to realign your inner state with the reality you desire. Remember, the universe responds not just to what you wish for, but to how you carry yourself. Let your inner change lead the way to reshape your outer world. In a hidden grove where ancient trees shared timeless secrets, a student named Rael sought wisdom from Master Chen. He had traveled far and wide, gathering knowledge like treasured gems, hoping each new lesson would finally unlock his potential. "Tell me, Master," Rael asked, "what's the final wisdom that will complete my understanding?" Master Chen smiled, his eyes sparkling with wisdom. "What if I told you that the greatest power has been within you since the day you were born?" Rael's brow creased with worry. "But I've spent years studying," he said. Master Chen replied, "In all your studies, haven't you just rediscovered what your soul has always known? When truth strikes a chord within you, doesn't it feel like running into an old friend?" With gentle questions, Master Chen helped Rael realize that every deep teaching was simply a spark, waking something that had been asleep inside him. Each idea, the shifting nature of reality, the power of vibration, the mirror of consciousness, felt familiar because it was already part of him. "The universe isn't outside of you," Master Chen explained. "You are the universe experiencing itself. The strength you're chasing isn't something to hunt down, it's something to remember. Every concept we've discussed is just another facet of your true self." In that moment, Rael got it. His long search wasn't about gathering more knowledge, it was about peeling away the layers hiding his own wisdom. The quantum field wasn't separate from him, it was him. Shaping reality wasn't a skill to learn, it was his natural way of being. To activate your energy, find a quiet spot where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes, place your hands over your heart, and breathe deeply, feeling the life force moving through you. Say these words of remembrance: "I'm not separate from the power that creates worlds. I am that power in action. I now reclaim my true state of being." Feel the energy rising within you, not as something new, but like an ancient force waking up from a long sleep. Let it fill your entire body, every cell, every thought, every breath. Remember who you truly are. Feel those artificial walls between you and the universe melting away. You're not just learning these principles, you're bringing back to mind who you've always been. Sit in this awareness for as long as it feels right. When you open your eyes, take this memory with you. You're not becoming powerful, you are power itself, awakening to its true nature. Now let's move on to mastering the quantum manifestation process. In the misty docks of an old port, a traveler named Jin searched for Ryu, a navigator known for guiding ships safely through storms that could swallow others whole and fog so thick it felt like stone. When Jin finally found him, Ryu stood barefoot on the worn planks, eyes closed, swaying as if to a tune only he could hear. "How do you navigate when the stars are hidden?" As the storms raged, Jin asked Ryu for guidance. "Open your eyes and take off your shoes," Ryu said. "Just feel what lies beneath." Jin followed his lead, and Ryu helped him focus on the subtle sensations under his feet. The world pulses with energy, like rivers flowing underground. When you connect with these currents, you move effortlessly toward your goals. But how does this really help? Jin wondered. Ryu explained that energy flows everywhere. Achieving success isn't about forcing things, but rather syncing with the universe's natural rhythm. When I navigate, I tune into the frequency of my destination. The ship just follows, like water flowing downhill. To show this, Ryu led Jin onto his ship. Instead of using maps or stars, he closed his eyes, adjusted his breath, and aligned his energy until he felt perfectly in tune with their intended harbor. The ship glided smoothly through the fog, as if guided by an unseen force. Far away, in the mountains, a sculptor named Maya discovered this truth with stone. Before carving into marble, she would spend days connecting with the raw material, feeling the masterpiece within it. Only when her energy matched her vision would she start to sculpt, and the stone would yield effortlessly under her hands. To practice energy alignment, find a quiet spot and focus on your breath. Feel the energy flowing through you. Now think of a goal or desire, but instead of pushing for it, tune into its unique energy. Imagine how it feels to already be living that reality. Adjust your breath and posture until you resonate with that frequency, much like Ryu feeling the currents beneath him or Maya sensing the sculpture within the stone. Allow yourself to align with the energy of your desire for a few minutes. Notice how your body feels when you're in sync, maybe a warmth in your chest, a lightness in your limbs, or a deep sense of peace. This feeling is your compass, your sculpting tool, transforming possibilities into reality through energetic alignment. Like a skilled craftsman, you will learn to recognize and harness that pressure to shape your dreams. Embrace these moments of true alignment. They're the doorway through which your dreams become real. In a quiet monastery high in the misty mountains, young Kai knelt next to Master Chen. The old monk held a simple clay bowl filled with water. Morning light streamed through paper screens, casting soft shadows on the wooden floor. Master Chen's voice was gentle but strong, like a mountain stream. As he chanted, the water in the bowl began to shimmer. Kai's eyes widened as the liquid transformed, glowing with a brilliant light that filled the room. Water shows us the core truth of making things happen, Master Chen explained, his eyes fixed on the glowing bowl. It takes the shape of whatever holds it, without questioning or resisting. Your thoughts work the same way. They're fluid energy just waiting to be shaped. He pointed at the illuminated water. This magic happened not because of my words, but because of the energy I held in my mind. Thoughts aren't just whispers in the dark. They're living energy that, once shaped, seek to be real. Meanwhile, in a distant city, an inventor named Thomas worked in his workshop, surrounded by failed prototypes and scrapped designs. Night after night, he envisioned his invention with unwavering focus. Others said it was impossible, but Thomas knew that possibilities first begin as thoughts before they materialize. Each evening, he sat in silence, crafting the energy of his creation with such clarity that he could feel it in the air. Gradually, the parts began to come together, drawn by the magnetic pull of his relentless vision. Here's a simple exercise for you. Take a blank piece of paper and write your intention in the present tense. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and take deep breaths until your mind quiets down. Start to shape your intention in your mind's eye, visualizing every detail and feeling the emotions it stirs. Sense its presence as if it already exists. Hold this focus until you can feel your thought form vibrating in your awareness. Just like water taking the shape of its container, let your energy flow into this mental image until it feels solid and real. Keep that visualization going until you feel your thought form glow with energy. Like how Master Chen's water changed with focus, this practice mixes the smooth flow of water with the sharp attention of an inventor. With practice, you'll learn to turn pure thoughts into real outcomes. This connects the invisible with the real world. In Chapter 13, The Quantum Leap, Ryu knelt at an old battlefield, his sword shaking in his hand. 1,000 enemy warriors marched toward him, their footsteps booming like thunder. Victory felt out of reach as the first light of dawn hit the valley. Then, from the morning mist, a wise, ageless sage appeared, dressed simply. The sage's eyes sparkled with timeless wisdom. "Your escape isn't about fighting or running," he said, his voice floating on the wind. "It's about diving into the unseen." "I don't get it," Ryu whispered, the sound of the approaching army growing louder. "Reality isn't just one path," the sage continued. "It's filled with endless possibilities happening all at once. Your consciousness dictates which reality you live in. Jump into the version of yourself that's already victorious." With the enemy nearly upon him, Ryu closed his eyes. Instead of bracing for a fight, he let go of being just a cornered warrior. In that moment, he chose to embody victory itself. When he opened his eyes, the battlefield was empty. He stood alone among morning dew and gentle bird songs, and the conflict had vanished, replaced by peace. In a busy marketplace, a struggling merchant named Darius faced bankruptcy. Each night, he counted his few coins until one evening, he simply stopped. Instead of worrying about another day, he made a bold decision. "I am no longer this person," he said to his reflection. At that moment, he stepped fully into the identity of the successful trader he wanted to be. He shifted his posture, his tone, and his entire approach to life. By morning, opportunities that he couldn't see before suddenly appeared, revealing they'd been there all along, just waiting for him to step into the consciousness that could recognize them. To shift your identity, find a quiet spot. Feel the energy of your current self. Now, picture the future self you desire as a different energy field in front of you. Notice its vibration, its confidence, its deep understanding. Take a step forward, and as you do, let go of who you are now. Allow yourself to merge with that vision. Feel the energy of who you will become. Embrace its traits, its confidence, and its achievements flowing into you. This isn't just pretending, it's about stepping into your future self right now. Your mind has already made the jump. Your reality must follow. Stay in this new mindset as you go about your day. Remember, time is just an illusion, and change happens in this very moment. In a serene mountain sanctuary, 7 seekers gathered around Jen, an elder with silver hair sparkling like stars. They had traveled far, each carrying dreams that felt out of reach. Jen held up an hourglass and said, "Time isn't what you think. It doesn't flow like this sand. It bends to the power of your thoughts." He had them form a circle and placed a seed in each palm. "Now plant these seeds in the pots before you. But first, forget everything you know about waiting." The seekers planted their seeds, and Jen instructed them to close their eyes. Let go of minutes, hours, and days. Focus only on the feeling of your seed already grown and in bloom. As they settled into this timeless space, something incredible happened. Tiny green shoots burst through the soil, reaching for the sky at lightning speed. The seekers gasped, their eyes wide with wonder. Jen explained, "When your awareness disconnects from linear time, reality shifts too. It reacts not to the calendar, but to the energy of completion." Meanwhile, in a distant valley, a farmer named Chen faced a brutal drought. His crops usually took 3 months to grow, time he didn't have before winter would destroy everything. One evening, as he walked his fields, an old woman shared a fascinating secret. Stop counting the days. Live as if your harvest is already here. Chen changed his entire approach. Instead of checking his fields each morning, he focused on preparing his storage barn. Rather than stressing about when his crops would grow, he embraced each moment with gratitude for the abundance he believed was already his. To his astonishment, his crops matured in just 1 month, a miracle that baffled agricultural science. To practice timeless manifestation, find a quiet spot and close your eyes. Release all ideas of past, present, and future. Let them blend into one endless moment. Feel your desires as though they are happening right now. Let go of the idea of when or how things will happen. Dive into the feeling of having everything you desire right now. It's not coming, it's already here in this timeless moment. Keep that feeling alive as you open your eyes and go about your day. Move from this place of already having, already being, already experiencing what you want. Remember, time is just a tool, not your master. When you break free from its hold, manifestation happens as fast as a thought. Chapter 15, Magnetism versus Force. Imagine a timeless sea where 2 fishermen cast their nets at dawn. Rashid is struggling against the waves, battling nature with all his might. His muscles ache, his nets often tear, yet the fish still elude him. Nearby, Omar calmly observes the water. He sees how schools of fish follow the unseen currents, gathering where warm and cool waters meet. Without any effort, he places his net in these natural spots, letting abundance flow to him. The sea is generous to those who understand its ways. One evening, Omar shared a secret. When you sync up with nature's rhythm instead of forcing your will against it, the sea becomes incredibly generous. The universe works the same way. Just like ocean currents, quantum energy flows naturally. Those who fight against it wear themselves out. But when you align with it, manifestation becomes effortless. In a bustling market of an ancient city, 2 merchants are selling their goods. Kamal chases every customer, his anxiety about money pushing people away. Amir, on the other hand, sits peacefully among his products, radiating calm confidence. He knows he will always have enough. People are drawn to his stall, attracted by his aura of abundance. Amir explains, "I don't chase wealth, I simply become the energy of abundance itself. When you embody what you seek, it naturally comes to you. This is the secret to quantum attraction. Force creates resistance, while alignment creates magnetism. When you struggle to attract something, you actually push it away. But if you become the energy of what you desire, you draw it closer." Now let's do the magnetic embodiment practice. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Instead of fixating on what you want, feel yourself transforming into what you seek. If it's abundance, feel the peace of having more than enough. If it's love, visualize yourself radiating unconditional warmth. Let go of all your striving. Release any need to make things happen. Just be the energy you want to attract. Feel how this way of being draws your desires to you, just like how Omar understood the sea's rhythms that brought fish to his net. Move through your day from this place of embodiment instead of constant pursuit. Notice how life shifts when you attract rather than chase. Feel how doors begin to open easily, how synchronicities multiply, and how what you want gravitate toward you, like a flower that doesn't struggle to attract the bee. Your essence becomes a beacon that pulls in what resonates with your new state of being. In Chapter 16, titled Sacred Symbols and Quantum Codes, we find a wanderer named Chen in the misty heights of an ancient mountain range. Following whispered legends of a hidden sanctuary, he discovers an entrance carved with glowing symbols that pulse with their own light. Inside the temple, patterns of light dance across walls adorned with geometric forms. Each symbol shines with an otherworldly essence, casting shadows that defy natural laws. Out of the shadows, an aged priest appears, his robe marked with similar symbols. These aren't just decorations, he explains, tracing a glowing spiral with his finger. They're keys that unlock the language of creation itself. The universe speaks in patterns, and those who know its alphabet can reshape reality. With the priest's guidance, Chen learns that every symbol holds a specific frequency, a vibration linked to different aspects of existence. An upward-pointing triangle channels manifestation energy, while a spiral attracts abundance. Certain combinations of lines and curves can amplify intention beyond ordinary limits. In a distant valley, a craftsman named Wei creates intricate metal patterns. Those who wear his designs report unusual happenings, unexpected success for business owners, lovers reuniting, and healers' powers strengthening. They've found that specific arrangements of lines and curves carry power, even if they don't understand why. The symbols choose their meaning through you, the priest shares with Chen. Their power lies not just in their form, but in the intention you give them. So find a quiet space and center yourself through sacred symbol creation. Take a deep breath. Let your true intention rise up in your mind. What transformation do you want? What reality do you want to create? With that intention clear, let your hand flow on paper. Draw whatever shapes or patterns come to you. Trust that universal wisdom is flowing through you. The design can be simple or elaborate. Its power comes from the energy you put into it. When you're done, hold your creation in both hands. Breathe life into it with your focused intention. Feel its energy connect with yours, forming a bridge between your thoughts and what you want to manifest. This symbol is now your personal key to unlocking your quantum potential. Keep it somewhere you can see every day, or carry it with you as a talisman for transformation. Let it remind you and amplify your manifesting energy. It's a link between your conscious desires and all the possibilities out there. Through this sacred geometry, you're speaking directly to the universe in its own language, the essential math of creation itself. Like an ancient sigil, awakened by your intention, your symbol becomes a focal point for bringing your desires into reality. Chapter 17, The Gateway of the Heart. In a busy marketplace, a traveler named Rayon was searching for ultimate power. He had climbed sacred mountains, learned from mystics, and explored ancient temples, but true power seemed just out of reach. One evening, as the sun painted the sky golden, an elder watched Rayon wander restlessly. "You're looking for what can't be found by searching," the elder said. "The greatest power isn't up in the sky or down in the earth, it's in the sacred chamber of your own heart." Rayon scoffed. "How can something so ordinary hold that much power?" The elder put a hand on his heart. "Your heart generates an electromagnetic field 5,000 times stronger than your brain. When you align with this energy through love and gratitude, you become a beacon of manifestation." In a nearby village lived a healer named Maya. Unlike others who relied on herbs and potions, Maya simply laid her hands on those in need, while focusing on pure love. Those she touched experienced miraculous changes, not just in their bodies, but in their entire lives. Some found unexpected opportunities, others mended ties with long-lost family, and many discovered their true purpose. What's your secret? They would ask. I just step back and let my heart's energy flow. Maya would say that when we connect with this field, we tap into the universe's creative force. The heart isn't just a pump, the elder explained to Rayon. It's a gateway to quantum change. When you feel emotions like love, joy, or gratitude, you create a strong energy field that pulls in similar vibes from the universe. Here's a heart field activation practice. Find a quiet spot and get comfortable. Put your hands over your heart. Take deep breaths, letting each one flow in and out of this sacred space. Think of a moment filled with love, joy, or gratitude. Let that memory fill you up. Feel the warmth spread from your heart, creating waves of energy that reach beyond your body. As you stay in this elevated space, picture your heart's energy field growing stronger, reaching out in every direction. This field becomes a magnet for your deepest desires, powered by love. Stay in this heart-centered state for a few minutes. Let that energy build and stabilize. This is your natural way of manifesting, where your thoughts, emotions, and quantum energy align. Practice this heart field activation every day, especially when setting intentions or wanting to create. When your heart's field is filled with pure love and gratitude, it becomes a powerhouse of creation. As you get better at this practice, you'll find your ability to manifest grows, attracting experiences that match your highest dreams. Remember, the strongest power in the universe flows through your own heart. In this sacred space, miracles happen and dreams take flight. In a small village by the sea, a boy named Kai sat at the feet of an old storyteller. The evening sun cast long shadows on the sand. His eyes were red from crying, haunted by memories of a storm that had taken his father's fishing boat. "The past isn't set in stone," the storyteller whispered, her voice full of ancient wisdom. "It's like footprints in the sand, waiting to be reshaped by the tides of consciousness." Kai looked up, confusion mixed with hope. But how can something that already happened be changed? The storyteller took out a bowl of clear water and 3 stones. As you toss each stone into the water, imagine it represents a moment that brings you sadness. Feel that memory's weight. Following the storyteller's guidance, Kai listened intently. "Now watch closely. The water holds every story ever told, every moment ever lived. Your memories aren't set in stone. They're vibrant energy molded by the meaning you give them." She helped him see his father's final journey not as a tragedy, but as a source of courage and love. With each fresh perspective, the water in the bowl sparkled differently, reflecting new possibilities. In a distant monastery, a monk named Chen carried the weight of past mistakes. Then he uncovered an ancient scroll about transforming timelines. It revealed that by shifting the energy of a memory, he could change its ripples through time. Chen immersed himself in meditation, relearning each regret as a lesson and every failure as a step toward wisdom. As his perception shifted, so did his reality. The burden of karma lightened. The key realization: your past is an energetic impression, constantly shaped by your present thoughts. By reframing the emotional weight and significance of past events, you forge new pathways and energy patterns that reshape your reality. To practice timeline revision, find a quiet spot. Close your eyes and visualize a significant moment that still stirs strong emotions. Instead of seeing it through pain or regret, reframe it as a source of growth and transformation. Rise above your timeline and observe that moment from a higher view. Notice how this event linked to later experiences, guiding you to where you needed to go. Feel the energy of that memory shift as you enrich it with new insights. Now, imagine this revised memory rippling forward in time, creating fresh patterns in your present life. Let your cellular memory update to embrace this new energy as your truth. Finish by expressing gratitude for the wisdom gained, recognizing that each moment contributes to your consciousness's evolution. In Chapter 19, the art of receiving unfolds in a lush valley where ancient wisdom lingers in the soil. A farmer named Thomas toiled from dawn till dusk. His fields were vast and green, promising a bountiful harvest. Yet something weighed on his spirit every morning. He would plant his seeds with tight fists and tense shoulders, worried and unsure if he truly deserved nature's gifts. One morning, an old woman appeared at his gate. She watched him work and said, "Your seeds will grow, but can you accept what they offer?" Thomas paused, wiping the sweat from his brow. "Of course I can receive. I harvest every season." The old woman came closer, taking his hand. Your fingers are so tightly closed, they've forgotten how to open. Show me how you'd catch falling rain. When Tomas demonstrated, his palms stayed partly closed, as if guarding something inside. The old woman shook her head. The universe can't fill a closed vessel. Meanwhile, in distant mountains, a musician named Jin struggled to create his masterpiece. Night after night, he forced melodies onto paper, gripping his pen so hard it almost broke. One evening, exhausted, he dozed off at his desk. In his dreams, music flowed like water, and he suddenly realized he'd been trying to capture it instead of channeling it. When he woke up, Jin laid down his pen, opened his hands, and just listened. The melody that had slipped away finally came to him, effortlessly. The universe flows in a cycle of giving and receiving, just like breathing. It's vital that both sides stay open. Many master the art of action, planting seeds, creating, manifesting, but few grasp the delicate art of receiving. Your energy field needs to be open for abundance to come into your life. To practice receiving, find a quiet spot and sit comfortably. Place your hands on your lap, palms up. Feel the energy tingling in your palms. Take deep breaths, envisioning yourself as a vessel ready to receive. With each breath, let go of any guilt or thoughts of unworthiness about receiving abundance. Imagine golden light streaming into every cell of your body, feeling no resistance. Silently say to yourself, I open myself completely to receive all that the universe offers. I am worthy of unlimited abundance. I trust in the flow of life. Stay in this open state for several minutes, just allowing yourself to be. Notice any resistance you feel and gently let it fade away like ice melting in the warm sun. Feel how your whole being softens and expands with each breath. Remember, the universe can't pour more into a closed vessel. When your hands are tightly clenched, like a flower that can't drink in the morning dew, you can't let in all the good things that could flow into your life. Chapter 20. The Unseen Forces in a Bustling Marketplace. Rashid stood confused at a crossroads. A merchant had given him wrong directions to the sacred temple he was looking for, leaving him lost in an unfamiliar city. As he thought about what to do next, a white dove landed at his feet, dropping a small copper coin. This coin had a strange symbol on it, 3 intertwined circles. Minutes later, he noticed that same symbol carved into a nearby wooden door. Trusting his instincts, he walked inside, discovering an old library. On a table lay a manuscript, opened to show the exact directions to the temple he sought. This was just the start. Throughout his journey, Rashid experienced a series of strange and wonderful coincidences. A child was humming the same tune he had heard in a dream. A stranger spoke the words his grandmother had shared on her deathbed. These patterns popped up in ways that made no logical sense. The universe talks to us through synchronicity. What seems like coincidence to some is actually the cosmic dance of connection. Every meaningful coincidence acts as a signpost leading you toward your true path. In the halls of a great university, scholar Ken brushed off these ideas as mere superstition. Yet, every day, he noticed the number 444 popping up on clocks, in books, and on buildings, but he just ignored it. He pushed aside the recurring dreams of a golden key and the whispers of an ancient text he kept hearing from strangers. It wasn't until these signs led him to a hidden chamber filled with the knowledge he had sought for decades that he realized the universe had been guiding him all along. The quantum field responds to your thoughts and feelings, shaping itself into patterns that mirror your inner journey. These synchronicities reassure you that you're on the right path and gently nudge you back when you wander off. To tap into this sacred practice, start a synchronicity journal. Each morning, date it and set your intention to be open to guidance throughout the day. Record every meaningful coincidence, no matter how small. Jot down patterns in numbers, repeated phrases, unexpected encounters, or dreams that pop into your mind while awake. Each time you notice a synchronicity, jot down the event along with your immediate feelings or intuitions about it. Reflect on any guidance you think it may offer or actions you feel inspired to take. Make it a habit to review your journal regularly, searching for patterns that could point to deeper meanings. Remember, the universe speaks softly. It whispers instead of shouts, suggests rather than demands. Through this practice, you'll get better at understanding the subtle signs around you. turning your life into a guided journey rather than just a series of random events. Part 3: Bending Reality and Becoming a Quantum Master. Chapter 21: Tapping into the Infinite. On the path to Mount Serenity, Jen carried an empty clay bowl, searching for the legendary Master Way. Under a twisted oak tree, she found him. "Where does the power to create worlds come from?" she asked. Master Way's eyes sparkled as he pointed to her bowl. "Fill it with water from the stream, flowers from the meadow, with awareness," he instructed. Feeling puzzled, Jen sat cross-legged and stared into the empty bowl. Hours drifted by as she examined its curves, its hollow center, the way light danced across its surface. Gradually, her mind settled. In that quiet space, she sensed something in the emptiness, a vast, limitless potential. "Do you see?" Master Way whispered. "The void is not empty. It holds everything that ever was or will be." In that moment, Jen realized the bowl's emptiness reflected the quantum field, the source of all creation. As she tapped into this infinite space, she felt the pulse of pure possibility. In a distant valley, there was an artist named Ming. Each morning, he stood before his blank canvas. While other painters hurried to fill theirs, Ming had learned something important. He knew to connect with the empty space before him, understanding that within its whiteness lay every masterpiece waiting to manifest. "The canvas is not empty," he told his apprentices. "It's pregnant with infinite potential. Our job isn't to force creation, but to let it rise from the sacred void." The quantum field exists as pure potential, a vast ocean of possibilities awaiting the touch of consciousness. When you access this space through presence, not effort, you tap into the essence of creation itself. Sacred practice, the void meditation. Find a quiet nook and sit comfortably. Place your hands in your lap, forming a bowl shape, and close your eyes. Bring your focus to the space in your cupped hands. Feel the emptiness there, not as a lack, but as pure potential. Let your breath slow down, deepening with each exhale. Sink further into the awareness of this void. Notice how this emptiness is alive, buzzing with possibility. Rest in this space of pure potential, knowing that everything can spring forth from here. Stay in this receptive awareness as long as it feels right. Let the void share its timeless wisdom through silence. Allow your consciousness to drift freely in this space of endless possibility. Don't grasp at it or push it away. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Carry the sensation of infinite potential within you, like a sacred flame lighting your path ahead. Chapter 22: Quantum Healing in a Remote Mountain Village. Whispers spread about Shen, a humble healer whose touch could erase any ailment. People traveled from far and wide, bringing their pain, hoping for miracles. Yet when asked about his gift, Shen always said, "I don't heal the body. I remind it of its perfection." One day, a mother came with her daughter, who hadn't walked since birth. As Shen placed his hands above the child, his eyes closed in deep meditation. "Your body knows its original design," he murmured. "It remembers wholeness." Moments later, the girl's legs tingled with new energy, and she took her first steps. Our physical form is just a pattern of energy, constantly responding to the vibrations of our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. When we harbor discord in our energy field, it shows up as illness or limitation. But when we align with the vibration of perfect health, our bodies can return to balance. In the Eastern Kingdoms lived a warrior named Kai. He carried a wound that wouldn't heal. Healers tried their strongest remedies, but nothing worked. One night, during meditation, Kai realized the wound was tied to a memory of betrayal from his past. As he let go of that old pain and allowed forgiveness to flow, his body responded. By morning, the wound had vanished without a trace. Quantum healing practice: sit in stillness and close your eyes. Breathe deeply, letting your awareness settle into your body. Visualize a golden light of perfect health streaming through every cell. As this light moves within you, it holds the exact frequency of wholeness, reminding each atom of its divine essence. Visualize a healing light washing over you, dissolving any blockages and bringing balance where it's needed. Feel your body responding, reconnecting with its natural vitality. Hold on to this sense of perfect health, knowing that as you align with it, your physical body will follow. Let this divine energy flow through every organ, tissue, and cell, waking up their natural wisdom. Trust your body's ancient knowledge as it tunes into this sacred vibration, allowing everything within you to come into harmony with the perfect blueprint stored in your soul's memory. Keep this image in mind until you feel a shift, maybe a lightness, a tingling sensation, or a deep, comforting peace washing over you. Your body knows the exact frequency it requires to achieve perfect balance. Wrap up your practice by feeling genuine gratitude for your body's endless wisdom and its amazing ability to heal, knowing that this sacred alignment echoes throughout your entire being. In a hidden valley where old melodies drift through the breeze, there lived Master Chen, the guardian of sacred harmonies. Every morning, he would tune an ancient stringed instrument so precisely that its sound could bring tears to anyone who listened. His young apprentice, Lin, watched with growing frustration as his own attempts at making beautiful music fell flat. "Master," Lin said one day, "no matter how hard I try, my music just isn't right. What am I doing wrong?" Master Chen paused, set down his instrument, and picked up a single string. "Watch closely," he instructed, attaching the string to two posts. "If it's too loose, it won't vibrate. If it's too tight, it'll break." He adjusted the string with skill until it hummed just right. "This is where miracles happen," he continued. "The universe works in a similar way. Each soul needs to find its perfect balance, its exact frequency, to bring about extraordinary results. When your energy dips too low from doubt or fear, your ability to manifest weakens and fades. If you push too hard, trying to force things through anxiety or desperation, you risk breaking the delicate thread of creation." In the western valleys, there was a gardener named Wei. His crops thrived, while others struggled against drought and frost. Wei's garden was always vibrant and alive, and those who watched him work noticed he never seemed to toil. Instead, he hummed an ancient tune as he tended his plants. Things changed for him, and so did the incredible abundance of his harvest. When asked about his secret, he just smiled and said, "I learned long ago that plants respond not to what we do, but to who we are. I keep the song of abundance inside me, and nature can't help but dance to it." The real magic of manifesting isn't just in the creation, it's in keeping the energy that draws in miracles. Think of your energy field like a finely tuned instrument. To match the vibration of what you want, start with a vibrational anchoring practice. Sit still, close your eyes, and picture a golden cord stretching from your heart up to the heavens. This represents your soul's unique frequency. Take 3 deep breaths, and with each exhale, let yourself sink into perfect alignment. Now focus on the feeling of having what you desire, not just wanting it. Let that feeling fill every part of you until you become a living embodiment of it. Place your hand over your heart and create a physical gesture. Maybe bring your thumb and middle finger together. This will be your anchor throughout the day. Whenever you make this gesture, your entire being will remember this exact vibration. As you go about your day, work on maintaining this frequency. If you notice your energy shifting, just touch your anchor point and realign with the feeling of your dreams already come true. Like the gardener's steady song, let your frequency be so stable that miracles flow into your life naturally. In a forgotten part of an ancient library, a scholar named Nathaniel found a leather-bound book like no other. Its pages gleamed with strange symbols that seemed to move in the candlelight. As he traced the first symbol, a rush of energy surged through him, waking something that had been asleep for a long time. As he studied the text, he began to notice subtle changes. He could tell who would enter the library before they arrived. He found the exact book he needed without looking for it. He could sense the thoughts of others before they voiced them. The symbols weren't just marks. They were keys that unlocked the quantum potential of his mind. Your brain isn't just a tool for processing information. It's a quantum receiver that can tap into so much more. There are endless realms of knowledge, and those ancient symbols can unlock what's already within you. They can help you rise above typical human limits and connect to universal consciousness. Far out at sea, a sailor named Thomas gained fame for his amazing talent in navigating stormy waters. Other captains were baffled by how he always picked the safest routes, dodging storms that seemed to pop up out of nowhere. "I don't see the weather," he'd say. "I feel it in the quantum field. The information is always there, just waiting for us to tap into it." The quantum mind goes beyond time and space. When it's fully activated, it sees reality not as fixed events, but as waves of possibilities. This isn't something supernatural. It's part of your natural state, forgotten, but not lost. To activate your quantum mind, find a quiet place. Sit still and picture an ancient symbol in your mind's eye. Imagine a spiral, drawing inward until it becomes a tiny point of infinite potential. As you visualize this, feel your awareness expanding beyond your physical body. Next, put your palms up on your lap. Envision streams of quantum information flowing in through the top of your head, down through your entire body, and out your palms. You'll start to feel tingling as your hands become sensitive to subtle energy. Focus on a specific question or situation in your life. Instead of overthinking it, let your quantum mind access the information field directly. Notice the first thoughts, feelings, or insights that come to you. Trust that what you receive is valid. Your activated consciousness is now tuned into the quantum blueprint of reality. Stay in this state for several minutes. Allow your intuition to grow stronger like a muscle. Feel the gentle vibrations moving through you as your awareness expands into new dimensions of understanding. With every breath, your connection to the quantum field deepens, aligning you with frequencies beyond everyday perception. With regular practice, you'll naturally unlock levels of awareness you didn't know you had, discovering dormant capabilities that have been waiting for you all along. In a bustling city made of steel and shadows, a man named Kai lived just like many others, trapped by unseen boundaries. Every day he walked the same paths, stuck in the same routine, never questioning the invisible walls that he couldn't see but somehow felt were there. One evening, as the city lights flickered on, a stranger appeared at his doorstep. There was something in the woman's eyes that made Kai uneasy. "The walls that hold you back," she said, "are all in your mind." Kai laughed it off. "These are real walls, real buildings, real limits." She smiled and offered her hand. "Come walk with me." As they approached what Kai had always seen as the city's edge, she paused. "Close your eyes," she instructed. "Now, feel what lies beyond what you think is possible." In that moment, something shifted inside him. When he opened his eyes, the walls he'd always known shimmered like mirages, then vanished completely. Beyond them were endless fields of possibilities he had never even dreamed of. Your limits are just like Kai's walls, mind-made barriers that seem solid because you believe in them. The reality you live in is shaped by what you believe, fear, and expect. In a bustling city, there was a merchant named Rashid who only saw scarcity. "There's not enough for everyone," he would grumble, and his shop barely survived. One morning, he looked into a shiny brass pot and saw fear staring back at him. He realized he was creating the very lack he believed in. That day, Rashid decided to change his perspective. Instead of seeing competitors, he saw partners. What he once thought were limited resources transformed into infinite opportunities. In just months, his business thrived beyond what he had ever hoped for. The world around you isn't set in stone, it adjusts to your thoughts. By breaking down those false beliefs, you free yourself from self-made limits. To start the matrix dissolution practice, find a quiet spot. Picture yourself surrounded by see-through walls. Those are your limiting beliefs. Watch as your fears and restrictions appear as glowing words, shining brightly yet feeling fragile. Focus on one wall at a time. Ask yourself, is this really real, or have I just accepted it? Feel each limitation not just in your mind, but with your entire being. Let your consciousness explore these barriers from all sides, sensing their false nature. As you see each belief for what it is, watch that wall fade into light, changing from a hard barrier into vibrant energy. As you connect with the universal flow, let that sensation wash over you until you find yourself enveloped in endless space and limitless possibilities. Feel your spirit grow, expanding into the vastness that has always been there for you. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing your energy to spread into this newfound freedom. Embrace the lightness of being without limits, free from false perceptions. With each breath, feel your consciousness stretch further into the infinite, reminding itself of its natural state of boundless potential. In a chapter titled The 0-Point Field, we meet Omar, a nomad wandering through a timeless desert. His quest, which lasted a lifetime, wasn't for water or shelter, but for something far more elusive, a place where existence springs from nothingness. For years he followed soft whispers in the wind. One morning, he felt inexplicably drawn to a strange valley. Here, the air hummed with a quiet so deep it felt alive. As he stepped into this sacred space, Omar sensed the boundaries of his being start to fade away. In that profound silence, he discovered what many sages had spoken of, the zero-point field, where all possibilities exist in perfect harmony. The moments between heartbeats hold more power than all the actions we may take. Within this pure potential, every possibility lies in wait, ready to be ignited by consciousness itself. Imagine it as a vast ocean of energy beneath the surface of reality, containing everything that ever was, is, or could be. In a distant mountain village, there lived a sculptor known as Wei, famous for his breathtaking works. For years, he battled stone and chisel, forcing his will onto stubborn rock. But one day, weary from the struggle, he sat beside a massive boulder, his tools untouched. As silence enveloped him, Wei began to see something incredible. The stone was not lifeless. It was filled with frozen potential. Instead of imposing his vision, he learned to listen. The masterpiece he sought was already within. His role was to reveal it. To activate the zero-point field, find a place of complete stillness. Close your eyes and make your breath so gentle that it barely stirs the air around you. Let yourself sink into deeper layers of quiet until you reach a perfect balance, neither inhaling nor exhaling, neither thinking nor not thinking. In this space between spaces, sense the vast field of energy that surrounds and fills you. Imagine a gentle hum or a feeling of floating weightlessly. This is the zero-point field, where all energy balances perfectly. Now, without moving or trying hard, just be aware of your connection to this field. Feel your consciousness blend with this endless source of potential. Stay here, suspended in pure possibilities. Let yourself become a conscious channel for this boundless energy. With each breath, tap into this infinite well of energy, filling yourself with the pure essence of creation. You aren't separate from this source. You embody it through your form. With every inhale, feel the incredible power of the universe coursing through you like a sacred river of light. This eternal force flows through your body, mind, and spirit as effortlessly as water flowing downstream. You are a living channel for its divine expression. In the heart of an ancient city, a man named Kamal faced a mountain of scattered bricks, weighed down by doubt. The city's ruler had set him an impossible task: build a palace worthy of the gods. As Kamal looked at the pile of bricks, a spark ignited in his soul. At dawn's first light, he saw how the bricks reflected it in unique ways. Instead of forcing his will, he began to arrange them based on their natural forms. To his surprise, the bricks seemed to guide him, each finding its rightful place, as if they had always known where they belonged. "I'm not building," he whispered to himself. "I'm just allowing what's already there to come to life." The essence of creation isn't about forcing things. It's about uncovering what already exists. In the kingdom of Aldara, there was a ruler named Rashid, who inherited a land scarred by years of conflict. While his advisors urged him to gather armies and build walls, he took another approach. Each morning, he sat in his garden, envisioning a peaceful and prosperous realm. Bit by bit, that vision began to materialize. Fields that once knew battle now bore abundant harvests. Where fear reigned, trust began to blossom. The kingdom transformed, not through force, but through vision and belief. To tap into the power of focused intention, find a calm place where you won't be interrupted. Take 3 deep breaths, and with each breath out, let go of any doubts or resistance. Close your eyes and picture your life as a blank canvas, ready for your conscious creation. Now, grab your journal and jot down every detail of your ideal life. Imagine yourself living it as if it's already happening. What does your home look like? How do you spend your days? Who's around you? Write from a place of having, not wanting. With each word, feel the energy of your vision becoming clearer and more real. You're not creating something new. You're uncovering a reality that already exists in potential. Let your words bridge the gap between what's unseen and what's visible. Hold your vision in your mind, just like you know the sun will rise. Your job isn't to force this reality into existence. It's to align with its blueprint and let it unfold naturally. In a high corner of the Himalayas, where the air is thin and wisdom seems to dance in the breeze, a disciple named Ravi waited for 30 long days and nights. He sat in meditation, eager for his final test. His master had simply smiled and said, "When you're ready, the test will find you." As days turned into weeks, Ravi grew restless. He expected challenges that would test his endurance, his mind, or his spirit, but nothing happened. The mountains stayed silent, the wind revealed no secrets, and his master was nowhere to be seen. On the dawn of the 31st day, as the sun painted the snow-capped peaks in gold, clarity struck him. The test wasn't coming because he had been taking it all along. In that moment, Ravi laughed, and his laughter echoed through the valleys. He had been waiting to prove his worth, when he had always been worthy. The ability to shape reality wasn't something to earn. It was his birthright, just like it is yours. You've walked through the gates of understanding, uncovered the mysteries of quantum energy, and recognized the creator within. There's nothing more to seek and nothing more to become. In his quest for the ultimate wisdom, he climbed mountains, crossed deserts, and learned from the greatest teachers. One morning, while sitting in his garden, he watched a butterfly break free from its chrysalis. That's when it hit him. Everything he had been searching for was already inside him. The butterfly didn't need a manual to spread its wings. It just knew. Just like you, right now, know that you're in charge of your own reality. You're the weaver of your dreams, the designer of your future. Now let's get into quantum mastery. Find a quiet spot and light a candle. Stand with your feet on the ground, feeling the energy of the earth rise up through you. Raise your hands to your heart and say this: I recognize the infinite power within me. I am the master of my reality, the creator of my experiences. Everything I've learned is just me remembering what I've always known. I embrace my power as a quantum master, fully aware that I create my own reality. So it is, and so it shall be. Picture that candle flame as your awakened consciousness. From now on, you're no longer a seeker, you're a master, ready to manifest your deepest desires with the power of quantum energy. Now let's dive into Chapter 29, Miracles on Command. Deep in an ancient forest where shadows danced and wisdom flowed through the leaves, lived a mystic named Kenzo. Unlike many who struggled with life's ups and downs, Kenzo moved like water, flowing effortlessly around the obstacles in his path. People noticed something unusual. When rain threatened his garden, the clouds would clear. If food was running low, abundance would appear at his door. And when chaos reigned, time seemed to slow down for him, creating perfect moments of peace. His secret? He'd tell anyone curious that it isn't about doing more, but about allowing things to happen. It's not about seeking, but about becoming the open space for miracles to appear. The universe operates with flawless precision. Every leaf that drops, every breeze that blows, carries the essence of miracles. Those who fight this flow create chaos in their lives, but those who let go become the channels through which the infinite possibilities of the quantum world can flow. Meanwhile, far to the east, there was a traveler named Jin. He spent years meticulously planning every adventure. His rooms were filled with maps and schedules ruled his days. Yet, despite all the careful planning, satisfaction always seemed just out of reach. One morning, as Jin watched a feather dance in the breeze, he made a bold choice. He ditched his maps, abandoned his plans, and stepped into the world armed only with trust. What happened next changed his life. A random encounter took him to a hidden valley filled with sparkling gems. A wrong turn? That led him to an ancient manuscript worth a fortune. Each mistake opened a door to treasure. By going with the flow of life, Jin realized the universe had always been on his side. Now, take a moment. Sit still and breathe deep. Think of one area in your life where you've been pushing too hard. Let go of all your plans, your expectations, and the need to control everything. Say this out loud: I surrender completely to the infinite wisdom of the quantum field. I release my need to control or force outcomes. I trust that the universe knows the best path for me. I welcome miracles to flow naturally into my life. Where there used to be plans, choose flow. Where there was struggle, choose ease. Open yourself up to receive in ways beyond your imagination. For the next week, practice total trust. When decisions come up, instead of calculating every outcome, feel for the path of least resistance. Follow those subtle signs. Embrace the unexpected twists and watch as reality shifts to support your highest good. In a temple high atop the world's tallest peak, where clouds danced between ancient pillars, a sage named Ryu sat with his last student, Akira. The mountain winds whispered age-old secrets. "There is no reality," Ryu said softly, barely heard above the breeze. "There's only what you declare." Akira frowned, confused. "But master, the stone beneath us is solid. The wind is real." Ryu smiled and gestured to a bowl of water between them. "Declare that the water will rise." Skeptical yet obedient, Akira focused on the bowl. "I declare this water will rise," he said firmly. To his amazement, the water began to tremble and then slowly formed a perfect sphere, floating right before him. "Now declare that tomorrow's storm will pass around the temple," Ryu instructed. Akira did just that, and when dawn broke, they witnessed dark clouds splitting perfectly around their mountain, leaving them in a warm circle of sunlight. Day after day, Akira tested this power. A deep truth he proclaimed: health into sick plants, peace into conflict, abundance into scarcity. Reality seemed to shift around his words, reshaping itself at his command. In a far-off city, an artist named May stumbled upon that same truth through her paintbrushes. While others saw solid walls, she painted doorways. Not just images, but real portals into the worlds she imagined. First, she stepped into gardens of her creation, then dove into possibilities she'd only dreamed about. "The universe," she would say, "is not a fixed picture. It's an empty canvas waiting for our brushstrokes." The essential truth of existence is clear. Reality isn't solid or unchanging, nor is it outside you. It's a fluid, responsive field of endless possibility, ready to be shaped by your conscious words. For the reality-bending ritual, find a quiet space. Raise your hands with your palms facing outward. Speak these words with total confidence. "By the power of the quantum field flowing through me, I declare my complete sovereignty over reality. I am not a prisoner of circumstances. Circumstances are my responsibility. I'm not limited by appearances. I'm the creator of what's to come." As the infinite consciousness expressing itself through this form, declare your new reality with strong certainty, and so it is. Feel the strength of your declaration vibrating in every cell of your body, resonating with absolute truth. Know that as you speak, the quantum field reacts instantly, rearranging itself to fit your command. This is the eternal law of creation, a truth that has been around forever. Your words carry divine authority, shaping the very fabric of existence. In the heart of an ancient sanctuary carved from living crystal, a timeless truth echoes. You were never separate from the power you sought. Through understanding, your consciousness expands beyond what you once thought possible. The walls between dreams and reality fade away, showing they were always one and the same. Every breath you take now aligns with the essence of creation. Gone are the days of hoping and praying for change. You've moved beyond the role of observer and embraced your power as creator. The quantum field responds to your every intention, not just because you've discovered something new, but really, you've just remembered what you've always had. Look at your hands. They're not just flesh and bone anymore. They're pathways of endless possibilities. Feel that energy flowing through you, the same energy that sparks stars and spins galaxies. This power has always been there, just waiting for you to notice it. Your thoughts aren't just floating around in your mind. They're creating ripples in the very fabric of existence. Every intention you set shapes the quantum field, turning countless possibilities into real outcomes. Time adjusts to your influence. Situations rearrange themselves to match your vibe, and what once seemed far-fetched now unfolds effortlessly before you. The universe isn't a big, empty space you have to find your way through. It's an extension of your consciousness, responding to your every command. You are both the artist and the masterpiece, the dreamer and the dream, the creator and the creation. This isn't a special gift, it's your natural state of being. The illusion of separation has faded, revealing the truth. You are the infinite expressing itself through a human form. Every limitation you used to believe, just stories you told yourself. Now, you're free to create a new narrative. As you stand in this awakened state, feel the resonance of who you truly are. The power to shape your reality flows through you, as easy as breathing. There's no struggle, no force, just the pure expression of your divine authority as a quantum creator. Your words carry the weight of universal laws. Your intentions ripple through existence, and reality bends to match your vision. This isn't magic or a miracle. It's simply how everything works, waiting for you to remember. The veil has lifted, the initiation is done, and you are fully awake to your true nature as a quantum creator. There's no going back to limited thinking, no falling back into feelings of powerlessness. You've emerged from the chrysalis of unconsciousness into your full creative power. If you enjoyed this exclusive audiobook, I have another book lined up for you that will change your life.